Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode. So today I want to talk about manifesting a soul-led business. So some of you, or many people in my audience, are actually business owners as well as incredible manifestors. And so I want to talk about leading a soul-led business because I have had so many interactions with the lovely people in my audience who have shared how they want to feel more connected to their work. They want to feel like their work is an extension of their soul, and they want to be able to show up and lead from this space of truly being soul-led. It's truly coming from them. It's not coming from a strategy some marketing guru told them a couple of years ago. It's not coming from their own fears and doubts of what they think they should do or think they should be. It's not coming from feeling like they're having to compete against their competitors in the industry. It's truly coming from them. It's truly coming from soul. And so the best way we can start off with this video is with the story of how I began to lead a soul-led business. So as you know, I started my business in 2016, very much a blogging phase that was, and I loved it. There was a process that I needed to go through in order to learn all the moving parts that are involved in building a business. So it was very much a hustle mode, which I wanted to do at the time. I was hungry. I absolutely had the drive, I had the energy, I had the time, I had the patience, and I had the persistence to do it. It was a true desire of mine to go for it in that way at the time. And so I did that for a couple of years, and it really, really served me. It got me to where I was, which was a multiple six-figure business. So being in that hustle mode wasn't a bad thing. It was truly a soul-led desire of mine at the time. But what I found is that as I started to grow as a business owner, and as I became more established in my business, I felt the shift to wanting to be more soul-led. Now, I didn't know necessarily that it was the desire to be more soul-led at the time. At the time, it was, I am so burnt out, I just want business to be easy. And so that's really what I started focusing on. I was like, how can I make this more easy? How can I make it a massively successful business, but also a massively profitable business without burning myself out all the time, without needing to be in the business all the time, by actually working less? How can I do that? And so I did a really smart thing of I started implementing passive income systems from day one in my business. So that totally supported me and still continues to support me this day. But that was also one way in which I could allow more ease into my business. Because I'm very much like I used to be like the type of person who would like be busy because I felt like I needed to be busy. And so I would do more because I could finish my work really quickly and I could like move through it faster than most people. So I felt like I needed to do more. And so this was always burning me out. So I was like, okay, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to allow? What do I need to do or be in order for this to be easier? And as I sort of moved and flowed and journaled and asked myself questions and trialed and errored a lot of things, I came to this really beautiful place of feeling like my business is completely soul-led and feeling like it's consciously what I'm choosing to do. In the beginning, it wasn't necessarily conscious. It was what I wanted to do, and that was soul-led at the time. But now that I'm more aware of what it means to be soul-led and know exactly what I want my business to look and feel like, more importantly, feel like, how I want to experience my business and how I want it to work for me from this place, it has made life incredible. It has made my business incredible. It has turned my business into something that was something I felt like I always had to like earn and prove myself in, to something that is like a part of my soul, like a part of my heart. It is something that completely sustains me in a work sense. And I love it. I love it. Which is why I went on and created my program, the Soul-Led CEO, to help all of the other business owners who want to learn how to transition into this way of business. Because there are hurdles that you will come up against when you're wanting to transition into this, when you're wanting to manifest a business like this. There are hurdles because we have these deeply ingrained assumptions and beliefs that we have to work hard in order to make money, that you have to do these specific strategies or it's not going to work for you, that you have to be big and loud and in your face and flashy in order to be a massive success. So when we have these assumptions, and they're the things that kind of are driving our perception of business, you can see how it kind of starts to clash. You can see how it's going to put you in, I always call it wobbly energy, where you're sort of oscillating between like, yes, I'm solid. No, I'm not, because this doesn't make sense. And it doesn't show me evidence that this is how it can work. But no, I'm solid now, but no, I'm not. And it can very much be like that. It was like that for me as I was like going through that awkward stage of learning what it was for me, what it meant for me to be in a soul-led business, and more so committing to it, daring to commit to it, having the audacity to do it my way. But it always comes back to you. It always comes back to, what do you want to feel in your business? What do you want the dynamics to be between you and your customers? What kind of systems and processes do you want in place in order to make your business easy? What would feel so good, so solid, so flowy, so delicious to do or to be or to have in order to lead this soul-led business that you truly desire? These are some questions that I want you to start journaling and figuring out for yourself. It's important to really start discovering what that looks like for you right now, because it's going to essentially be your blueprint. It's going to be your map and how you can begin to start leading a soul-led business. And for me, since I've been consciously leading a soul-led business for the last couple of years, I have really felt like this year has been the year where I've really sunken deeper into this feeling like the easiest, most, I want to say homely experience that running a business is for me. And I've talked about this briefly before in one of my, I think it's one of the videos inside the Brand New Boss bundle, but I talked about bringing spaciousness into my business, allowing a lot of spaciousness, allowing that to fill the gaps and fill the spaces where I felt like I needed to be rushed. Like there were still some places where I was feeling like I needed to kind of rush, and like there was deadlines and there were things I needed to get done in order to hit the goal, hit the mark. But it wasn't even about that. It was about how I wanted to feel. And if I can hit that space of how I want to feel, then I know it's success. Because if I am feeling that way, I am the embodiment. I am creating that inner experience. I am living in that self-concept of the person who has that soul-led business. So this year has very much felt like a deeper dropping into that. And even more recently in the last couple of months, because I've been really busy the last couple of months in life. You know, I've been traveling to multiple different countries. I've been moving to a different city and settling in there. I've been house sitting and pet sitting, and I've been socializing and just kind of like beginning a different way of life all over again, which takes up a lot of time, right? So I haven't necessarily had a lot of time and energy to work on my business, to be as present in my business. And I could have very easily turned that into a story that didn't serve me. I could have very easily turned that into an experience where I'm messing it up. It's all gonna fall apart. My business cannot run without me being present. No one's gonna wanna pay me if I'm not showing up as much as I think I should be. I could easily have gone into that story of disempowerment and made that into a reality. But instead, I took the time to take a step back before all of this chaos was coming, because I knew it was coming. It was all like planned. And I said to myself, okay, since I can't be as present as I usually am in my business because I've got life going on, what do I want to make it mean? What do I want to make this time and this experience while I'm away mean in a way that serves me? How do I want it all to benefit me? How is it all going to work in my favor with me being away? And so it's having that spaciousness, that feeling of spaciousness, and allowing things to have more time whether it's like a sale or it's producing content or it is writing emails, like allowing there to be spaciousness within the realms of them really made me feel more settled, more successful, more in flow, more at ease, which when I'm in that state, when I'm in that self-concept, that's when I know that it's all working perfectly, because that for me is like my state of manifesting. So when I'm there, I know I'm taken care of. I know the money flows in. I know the subscribers are coming in. I know people are being impacted. I know people are getting massive results. I know it's all working when I feel that way. And funnily enough, but not really, when was it? April, May, June, and we're in July. They have been my biggest income months this year. And I have not been present very much, right? Because that was my conscious decision to choose to see this period of busyness where most people would see like, oh my God, I'm gonna mess it up. It's not gonna work. I chose to see it as it so worked. It so happened. It was the easiest thing ever. I didn't even have to show up. I was completely away enjoying my life, and the money came. The clients came, the customers came, the results came, the impact came, the subscribers came. It all came to me. It all worked for me. It all worked in my favor. So if this is the kind of dynamic that you want to create in your business where it literally feels like it's just an extension of your soul and you just get to play with it, you just get to have this incredible business that is completely fulfilling in terms of your work life, where you get to radiate this high level, potent, magnetic energy, no matter if you want to be the flashy, loud, vibrant personality, or you want to be the quiet, refined, flow-based business owner. I really recommend you to join my program, The Soul-Led CEO. The link to that is in the description box below. But a couple of things I want to leave with you before I jump off this video are some questions that I want you to begin to journal on in order for you to become more soul-led. First question is, what is the soul-led version of my business? First question is, what does the fully soul-led business of my dreams look like in every area? From your sales processes to the products and services you sell, to the way in which you gather followers or subscribers, to the types of platforms that you're showing on and the way that you're creating your content or sharing value. What does that look like through your soul-led lens? Journal on that. Your second question is, what to me would make me feel like I am showing up as the soul-led leader or teacher I desire to be, right? That you desire to be, not what you think you should be, but what you truly desire to be. Like if you could be completely selfish, if you want to call it that, and you could have it exactly the way that you wanted and you would get it all, everything would be yours in whatever way you wanted, what would it be? So for me, when I answered that, I was like, I would love to just disappear offline completely and make money, which is exactly what I did while I was away traveling and doing my things. But for me, my rule is very much that I don't have to show up on social media. Social media is more like a place in which I get to play and I get to hang out if I want to. But my true way of making impact and making money is through my specific channels of like producing evergreen content, like on YouTube, like here. I very much have been calling it like my quiet business era, but quiet does not mean not profitable. And it doesn't mean not impactful. It means massive profit, massive impact without the BS of having to be public. But that took a while for me to get to, because I was like, oh my God, how am I going to be able to do this? Like, I have to be public or people are going to forget who I am. They're not going to care about me. They're not going to care what I have to teach. But it's nonsense. Once you decide what you want and then you move into that space of becoming that person through self-concept, through your state, through embodiment, oh my God, it all happens the way that you want. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Your last question is, when I share from my heart and my soul to my soulmate customers and clients, what does that look like? So if you prefer to do things online, I have created a worksheet for you of those questions so that you can download and write your answers on the computer. So if you want to download that, head to the link below. I'll put it in the description box. Give yourself permission to do it your way. Give yourself permission to be truly soul-led. And if you're game, come and join me in the Soul-Led CEO. And once again, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you have any questions about becoming a soul-led business owner, let me know and I'll see you in the next video.